And all the NDC members are ready to watch and listen. Okay. Said to someone is secretly watching the show using different accounts. Show me for the people. Show me power to the people. And I show you
very mepio. Wakagana semina chira. Your friend Okatakyie. Your friend Afrifa. Yeshia no benu. Wamaye huita semina ra.
Okatakyie Afrifa for the records no. For the records no. Me say NDC for Gulus, NDC for Kingkong, NDC for Muchachufu, NDC for Muchachufu. Okatakyie Afrifa show. Okatakyie Afrifa show. After forcing. Just wearing tea for the records on Twitter.
Come on, facts. Come on. Hey, need the facts on. Yes, show videos. Yes, show evidence. Hey, say that now. You're not saying you kitchen home. I no credit share your party, me can credit share your party. And Centronia, Centronia, Abemo, with me Sabrina, acquire one yesterday, acquire one party, and see on one party, and see one sense, Galamsia, no credit. I respect you. I respect you. Yes, a bad man, they were quiet, they have a man, they were quiet, they have a man, if a man soon told so much, and told so much, and I'm proud of you, boy. I'm proud of you, darling.
Okatakyie Afrifa. Okatakyie Afrifa. Ghana man edawase Ghana man nyame nhyirawo sana nkofo bi onyansa okrom ha sana Ghana fo bi onyansa okrom ha sana Ghana fo bi akọ school okrom ha Okatakyie Afrifa pave the way. These are people that I would submit to. These are people that I will bow my head to learn from. These are people that I will forever respect. Okatakyie Afrifa is showing us the value of education. He's showing us the value of reading. He's showing us the value of wisdom.
Okatakyie, more piafo. What do you say? For political calamity, affiliation, for tunching. Now they continue Okatakyie Afrifa for once, for their records, for TikTok, never for their records, keke. Let's see a book, let's see a history.
Master Okatakyie Afrifa no more or a be a guy like CASSIEL, but you want to keep listening. In the Ghana or betche.
Of a shy said, Okatakyie Afrifa, your boy Baswati. I'm gonna this year, Bema Banon. Now, Missy journalist for ye. Journalist for ye. Ghana journalist. Muslim Kwati, Wabeti, Wapasa, it's no Ghana journalist for ye. Okatakyie Afrifa, would the Muslim Kwati. I couldn't this year by Miss Wood the Muslim Kwati. Okatakyie Afrifa Basso. So what your Okatakyie Afrifa pa show ya? What is the captain's mind? Only Sabaku baku. What your Okatakyie Afrifa? What is the guy is learned. Deep think analysis Okatakyie Afrifa here. That's more. The show now we're serious. What was the captain smart? Make Kevin tell him what he said. Nyansa di nyansa do many bio. And one kwasi akekasa, but this guy Okotu 1931. No, I read the article of the law. Rollins we are murderer. No, quoted from the law. I mean, this kind of people who want to listen. There. Who talk at the church means no, too much. Okatakyie Afrifa say we tell lumba nyom. Who talk at the church if I not take Captain Smarter. And so we tell lumba nyom. No go take patapa one corner. God bless too much. And so we tell lumba nyom and pim domain. And me need a so homo bia. Who tell lumba powerful songs now. First the Captain Smart. The other quite say, go to one corner, now don't want that from Yansa Benim.
For the records, Monsieur Okatakyie Afrifa, what now consonati, now we start to program. For the records, now some 12 hour Ghana, or BIM Sisino, now media stations our Ghana, now BIM. Monsieur Okatakyie, what?
Yananti. Okay. I said Yanko, move it. Power me, let's move.
You see, when you are revolutionary, and you talk the truth, people will come and slap you down. Then you talk the truth again, they lock you in jail. Then when you are very strong and you talk again, they may kill you. They may even burn your house down. Like they burnt my house down at home. Now, when they burn my house finish, some friends who are very Africans know they are very afraid of life. Hey fella, yourself, don't talk truth again. You see, they come and tell you not to say the truth again. Then I tell them, I say, they never hear anything at all. Then go hear bansa.
Them never hear anything at all. Kobi, hear the words of a year, the legend Fela Kuti. But back to the studio. These are the words of the legend Fela Kuti. But see, if you're a revolutionary and you talk the truth, they will slap you down. Exactly. Then you talk the truth again, and they will lock you up. And you talk the truth again if you are strong, and they may kill you or burn your house. But them never hear anything yet. They are going to hear bansa. Exactly. Bansa. You know, they will hear bansa. Now we are nyansha. Now me form unko gear 2, gear 1 pet. No mu gani ya efe ya chekatecheni ade. Na ekufado die no me buru ni nua na me demonstrations say hwe no manya demonstrations and ekufado kura no demonstrations be na ya kase ekoso die me na me lead mo na mo nka ya die na mo nya no kurafo ye wo mso Oliver ne lead Oliver Freeland dem by na ho anim ne kurumu a mumusa Oliver Freeland dem by first fix the country demonstration one na anim Oliver okurumu a me na me lead demonstrations are 11 year me na me lead Kofi na we me nyamfa mo ko demonstrations na ye we kakra ya na aja ni afani ye be ko gear 2 we will make the country ungovernable se muka se mu be wi amanfo ne dia ye the demonstrations be hwemo se muka se mu be tu manfo ne galamsi ase nsu a ye the demonstrations be hwemo na demonstrations in dia ye back to back exactly so why takura de dia no meni Oliver ye wi afa nwumna ne obusi a won se nti wana asoma ye ya isi ye wi hotel ne nya skantua ni ya me frefrem na mfo na mpeka kra me we so be na Oliver so frefre ni ye bi ye hwe hu ne ebusa ho se na ho na asoma wo ye manfo no do manfo na dwene na wu enti wo mota Okatakyie chen nipa won be di wo manim gi wo musika wo obi Okatakyie so nya minister da wonya CEO da enso manfo ne so mota Okatakyie e wa abra okay so me ka ayi Akufo-Addo asem no no madwe ye o mo se me ka Akufo-Addo asem because me campaign Mahama so ene me ka tia Mahama dia ene akwa we ye ko habra ha you ona wadwene nye correct So you took me firing the Akufo-Addo's government to mean that I am campaigning for John Mahama. I was not campaigning for John Mahama. And I will never campaign for him. But may come my dream chere Akufo-Addo aban. And there's a one to miss make come my dream John Mahama. And we will never rest until the victory is won. Hashtag la victoria siempre. Nobody, no amount of intimidation shall cower us into silence. And you people, you know. You know, no amount of intimidation. Aluta continua. Former chief of staff Julius Debra. Me fresh and yen depaye. Aluta continua. Sana no de frame. Sa aluta ne continues for the good of for Mr. Medical Kachilom Segovi. Many interest be with anyone. MPP for medical catcher. Yes, my family no more dear. Name my hand MPP headquarters. One ones may be young to copy a minimum party anymore. Now ya J party in the moment betting me. Make I know media. Party ni yaba mo dia mama mfo no. We will give the party back to the people. As is hunu no amodi die na ayi mutrim ya modern entitlement mentality. You think that is how we are going to do it? Yaba ma party na yakono. Emranche ne baba won be saba back to the party. A modern party. Na me na Johnson ayi mbapa ne ye say me so na ye say etumufa party ni mama. Why we ban one prove one for party bia ma. Who prove one ya ma party? When you prove yourself, then you can lead the party. Mo bia me ya na me na me free dan kwafie na me free dom no omutimi omutiri kotokoto semfunu kwa na ye party ni mo. Obia obedi eye leader wo MPP ni mo bia no. They will be vetted and approved here before you can lead. You must show the people what you've done. Anya sa dia odi agoro. Democrat say party ni besenya and entuma pefra. Obi, and victory will come back because MPP pen what the policies that builds a nation. Yet now why you rehain your ma akromfo bi bere be mo. And one by no be hijack party. And ye necessary ye party dia. Na yes ye cover akromfo. Wa we ye kromfo wa MPP msha se pack on your masa. Enye nti ne ye party no. Ye te party se de be boa manfo. It's as simple as ABCD. Get that in your head. Obi ani wo party we will fight you. The masses are with us. The masses shall forever be with us because we've stayed the course. We've been very honest with ourselves. When I was telling Akufo-Addo what I told him when he was running, I did not care because my convictions were clear. Now Akufo misconstrued and said, "You campaign, your mama. Your mama made na memu ne yede. Amemu ohunusu. Wonimbu. And they will appoint you and we are saying yade. One number. Oncha futri. It's my campaign ya mama hama. Na nukredi enti na me buru Akufo-Addo nua. Nukredi enti na me demonstrations hwe no. Nukredi enti. It is an edrum so amonkama no ntum na me konkom ho. Nchim me ko ne ayi ye friend say pepper ne ayi from we san wentia na fa ngu bantuam fa ntuam to fa nkuto kakra fa moto no ho munyabote and he's been like this from the days of Happy FM. No kura na munkantia. Julius Debra from say my XYZ was you were intelligent and you are brainy. Come and help me to build my station. The busa no question. Station in the Eba Buamia building and I campaign for Mahama. Was his station? I'm saying oh yeah, madam for man campaign Mahama da. No mo yom so can be bitia ye Dr. Mamadou Bawumia. Na me can be bitia Dr. Mamadou Bawumia no de wagye adi. Na me can bitia de Mama dia wonye ni wadwene na ye adwuma se no wadwene. Ma make it two distinct statements. One concerning Dr. Mamadou Bawumia, one concerning Akufo-Addo, one concerning John Mahama. Osi John Mahama ayi Akufo-Addo ne Bawumia de wugidi. Ne mom dem ka fa John Mahama on de won ka no kore. Wadwene ye adwuma. Wo ni pakro wadwene ye adwuma. Munyabotre. Ovi ani abehwe Sam George. Sa message na ne ade ba no. Anu ntie fechire ni amane ade no. Message ni be sa akọ why? ye wi nso a eja Malam John wono no ye ne ade me nim se amemu no no na ebu se hwan na eyo na Malam John no se de wa appoint we ni wa yi we na ade achi ni awedro ni ade ni enam se na ade no yi mo bia meka so my friend Malam John who penipa a wodi din toto ba politics mo pa adwomama ana wo pana ana Jack Toronto na hwan wono na tutu din keja Malam John so ye de manu ana eje no o se ache mafia no ana tu wo yingofodi eti Malam John so beje ne se wa kofi ye wi a ne yakobusa so o se national security ye te se afanya dai ye fa nwenra manfo hwan mo kra na se form na constitution ne se say article 83 84 no was say act no set up the National Security Intelligence Act no act 1030 no ade na eka ye be kwa akohwe what is the mandate of the national security what is the composition of the national security the National Security Council the National Security Secretariat hwan mo madwuma ne say no mo nyuma no kro mo ye so mo ni police na ye asesi na mo beda ni police o mo na chiche nkrofu o mo otumi so mo chi obi o mo otumi so mo court ye be hwe ni nyina e bi say ye mra ne de chichiri kro the presidency is a creation of the law so he must work within the remit of the law he cannot do anything outside the remit of the law but because you use your dignity your man who come and crofo intimidating crofo sir how did that happen how did we get here we are a nation of laws and that's how it's going to be it you ever heard also why na go fi say no no mo fancy no okurum ma gentre ha mo ye ni ade na no ma me bi frame here what's me just say onkola na wa chire na say especially do ka precisely mete precisely so no a na me wu na msisa wasi ya nime wu eti wa ye na kofi wa ye se ene ewo ne general obema mu eye $200 na ye ni ade na eti we no me di $200 ne bai more fire powerful what's it hey wait $200 what about ko me di shame edi obi general munso mu na ja woni kofi ne team no wo ye ne ade wo de fo chibra na ye wo da on bechi wo wo bra befa enkoto ye show ni ye wo fa ko mu mo ade fama no na yo mo dia ai we prosper kofi ahoto na ahoto no nya wu ya no so me nuano mo obedi matem Afrifa, you are trying to be relevant. You are not a trained journalist. Stop it. Yes, me a trained journalist. Makase mwe from up here. Mo the journalist. Me se me journalist. Mo se de bisa na mwe frem. Mo wa se mo. Me journalist me dia dai. Kobi, yanko yanim. Ti any canvas am George message no koma no. Cutting razor. Mudi bi buy. Mudi bi buy. Amu be raise. January sign a buy. Mudi cutting razor mienu. And a buy. Hey. And yeah, Faboys company. Faboys company. Yati boys company. Adai. Adai. Semanse boys. How mo ye dey? Semanse boys. You go to here. Hey. Everybody, shut down bottom. Shut down bottom. Shut down bottom. I didn't shut up bottom. Omo ye dey na we mu ye ho amoa Semanse boys aye do omo ko fight galamsey we mu ade na anye yi damfumpo anye yi na banfo damfo anye yi na ba ye kan be ma se me mama agosu abere wa Sadabodam. It's when we go fight galamsey. Now soldier for ye training o mko bi. Near do mo aye police for shada ko training. Esua tactical weapon handling. si o mo nko fight no ano kura anye yi ani afa boys companies a mo hye da bodam ana ko fight man na se boys o mo ko a ye mo ayi
ehu asa no
eno ntia hye da bodam eso o ko jeje scam. This government is a scam. It's a scam. We don't fight Galamsi. We don't fight Galamsi. Soldier fool. Soldier fool. Omunika is show mo. We don't now we don't fight Galamsi.
I said that since you.
I said no mutu. Boys company for. We are a scam government. They catch your pain. And is he? Your mama, yes, come go. And I see second category is earlier there. Yeah, Bobia Bay, Bobia answer. Oh, Kofi, Bobia answer. Some man for any more. Or no, the man be called door radio. I Satamas and perfume. What transfer now? Yeah, when him say me bury us. Jami nyabutre mo bia yi na se nyabutre me ba wi ase me nsuro da se ni bia o microphone achi ono pe anana msuru no ese so kura me break chin I say the my teaching what you say my teaching mati eti wo si bobia kasa bobia se dai o ntimi fo anonka je se wo kotie bobie brofodu ani enkotie bobia
NDC for sure no more straight. But NDC subai. Omo power na omo ewura office pe air condition bono. No to be Land Cruiser pe na ni Jimmy aba. NDC ni bia subai. Onye ewura office ohun air condition first 4 years na yema no. That is how a typical NDC person thinks. But okay na NDC for sure no more straight. But NDC subai omo power na omo ewura office pe air condition bono no to be Land Cruiser pe na ni Jimmy aba NDC ni bia subai onye ewura office ohun air condition first 4 years na yema no. That is how a typical NDC person thinks. But okay na NDC for sure no more straight. But NDC subai omo power na omo ewura office pe air condition bono no to be Land Cruiser pe na ni Jimmy aba
Dani festival general na we mko free me am commander bobie ana ka asem NDC for ye there omura air condition na bomb onya Land Cruiser etwa NDC for ni nyina Wanyi train and when Yadua Bobian Saneka, Commander Boham, Commander Boham. Oh, that way, Eddie Dija. Now, what kind of DJ? Yes, about could be so go. Baby, now I'll try to was a PRO. I said, oh, yeah, Oko Penny Biwa, not Penny who's wedging me. Now, Otun Cromo. Now, Kovi, or share, you know, yet only a PRE. I quite a Yababa will be your core, Yana, Oko Switcher and Papa. Say, Papa no say dear some was it. Baba na dada me. Baba na dada was where you Kofi Annan ba. Say when you Kofi Annan ba. No apart na was na so hwe o no say Kofi Annan ba. E ti ko pe piaro. Won na fui. No sabe abetun won walk. Ufi, o go be. Asa dosoa. When on the go piaro. Say na for you commission was no community do moye. Wey. krata no kwa school no nko bio and nipa wo yam frɛ se bedidi wo party ase kra wotim betena ho e ma hufo se yam frɛ yaba ya che covid ya che positions no won ko preposition o yam frɛ me ma me twa selfie we so ira no didi me matter we ade we so didi me matter we dey fan nso we nti Julie ayi bobie se wo move office na condition bo mo na ya ye na ye
so compare condition bi amana bo
amfa
obi se only fools will join so no amu join ni oto
no o tre ko
o tre ba I go via share adwuma se mo $200 na why sa mo ya mo sesa ma mo obi a binya team ni nyina obi de ntia no mo ha ye internet ni ade no Sam George ni NCA ni ade ye be ka ho asem mo ja ne nakura ye be sa mo pa mo dum light si akura ye be so phone ni ade aye why ye be so ka yi phone light ni ade aye show why obi na yankɔ ni Sam George ni owura Sam George Samnet George Minister of Communication Digital Technology and Innovation na oye Minister of Communication obi ana na no me wo hwa na me hunu se yes Sam George so we bie foundation na foundation ne ko ye ayeyade ni ade yes and for that matter Sam George when the finance here Sam George say ono ne finance here na wo ye no na manfo na dwene na ko Sam George na me te wodi na me say Sam George me hu say wodi partners MTN na me say partners MTN Minister of Communication and was in a foundation no MTN for na any partners eti wo hwe ha MTN for logo da ase no and was say omo ye partners of the foundation tell am say okay and then na ekoso no Minister of Communication and the young name say MTN a major player in the telecommunication space and the Minister of Communication no one no and nanu MTN a CEO no ekokosra no yi Daniel so wo yi sam yi na eti yebusa se okoko sra no enkomo ekoso and ma is obey partners anade ya but if we a Minister of Communication na say wo major player MTN controls about 70% of the market of a year telecommunication so when a CEO of MTN akosira Sam George now all of a sudden wabeye Sam George no you can say the foundation no any partner and it raises cause for alarm precisely if say you see a pronkuma egu nhire ne kura na etikuma kwaduo yi na beso abribra na agoro no ehya ase mponi say communications minister timi anam so mame nkohwe say Sam George ebia na MTN for aye ne partners all this while and don't forget say Sam George say onu watu onya adwuma da apart from aye MP no odi no na onka no kurenti no ukohwe aye video bi e bebo a kire mu a oni delay ye interview in one breath ye busa ne say ne yire ye adwuma ban o se ne yire no wonya adwuma o hwe nkola and Sam George went to aye ye can say parliament a committee set up by a year act na ye beba ho kofintu ko a year act 769 and no na set up a year the NCA National Communications Authority and National Communications Authority omodwuma ne say wo mo na be regulate the space of communication telecommunication na wo mo na regulate a year MTN Telecel Airtel Tigo ni ade wo mo na regulate wo and NCA is under a year the Ministry of Communication so they operate minister there is Sam George or no exercise control over NC although it's an autonomous body but yebusa say the minister na telecommunications initial national aye nyina enim say na no krebe ye say e ba no say e internet ya dia MTN say there be mumfa ni nyina ama ye na ye nche so by every means possible MTN is trying to stamp a the authority within the space of communication which ya pass mrakovi ya pass mra sa mra no e kire say per the NCA laws no player in the game should even control more than 40%. So the government is taking steps so be reduce even the monopoly of MTN within the space. Eti ebane says a minister bi a wono ye Minister of Communication na MTN CEO ekwo na one ne kokko ekoye say na ade achi no obey ne partner now there is something called corruption or perception. That is how come I almost say corruption perception index. Because some of the things about corruption, it is the perception, the optics of it. So you busa question say, Sam George dear ne kano, and all of a sudden, MTN4, na yebeko Sam George social media page, Instagram, na yakoshe, Daniel, so you know, Fameko, na yankoshe, Sam so Hanti Kobi, Biana Miss Mamem Koshe Sam George in Instagram, the foundation in Instagram. So Jata Foundation Instagram ni. And your number one year coming who away 2022. Me who MTN partner be 2023. Yanko me so Mujina Musho. MTN your partner be Sam George from 2022. MTN your partner that. 2023. MTN your partner that. 2024. MTN your partner that. Afe Yanko page, you know, foundation page, Yako. Obi, all of a sudden, na Sam George obey minister, na MTN and PM. But there is a code of conduct for a public office holders. All of a sudden, you say MTN is Sam George, a partner. Now carefully, or Shedan will cast partners and not sponsors. Because Sam George is smart. So he says partners. But partner no more yede. Or more check credit. And no more internet. No more the yede. Now or the bema free. MTN were a private company. So the major interest in the world. And so make it profit. So be make it profit there. Or be partner where they no be free more. As a Minister of Communication. Now, Shraj was a code of conduct for public officers. Shraj, young person public officers. Now, so code of conduct project in Ghana for ready. So this is the code of conduct for public officers of Ghana and the guidelines. So Embrano, even the constitution, as a public officers, any kwaso omuye bibi. Now, young Article 284 of the Constitution here. Article 284 of the 1992 Constitution say, a public officer shall not put himself in a position where his personal interest conflict or is likely to conflict with the performance of his functions of his office. The framers of the Constitution per Article 284. Oman can say where it only conflicts, but see, it is likely. So we are trying to nip every situation where even obedient two position be a corrupt. So if a Minister of Communication, NCA shana say, na MTN NCA say, na say ochina, or see MTN ne partner. So the likelihood of conflicting the personal interest with the office he occupies, and Yamana Constitution eka. Omaya yetuma yemfamra nyehwe, obi. Yemfamra nyehwe. Obiaye dope. Sam George no call for equity. Sam George no na SCS ja, no na wo ye wo china yeso so president ni bia di ni ade. Wo pe bia di. And then Sam George say, obey Minister of Communication on the regulatory MTN, the MTN and the partners. So the Constitution 283 or say where now young Konian share a year code of conduct for a year public officers per shraj. So the same phrase, the person aboso ba eja payenti. There be next one where Constitution called a year a code of conduct and then now Public Services Commission and so amma a year code of conduct. Are we a public officer? You don't put yourself in a position where your personal interest conflict, not only conflict, but it's likely. That is the phrase. And more country says Sam George say MTN the partner. Is it not likely to conflict with the Nejuma way? Is it not against the law? Does it not breach the Constitution? And we sit here, a nation without laws. That's Sam George that's to office. Sam George, what is to office? When his action is in clear breach of the Constitution, and Sam George that's to because we don't care. Now, Kofi, I dare once here, we need to Sam George said, why the finance where the foundation. And don't forget, says now Kotina Committee of Inquiry anymore. A public account committee, a ministerial vetting committee, whatever committee. That's how could try the per the laws of our nation, you've lied on oath, and it's a perjury. And perjury is for jail sentence. For lying on oath. Now, some judge call a year vetting committee. Or call vetting committee, and or call baby. But before say obeko vetting committee, yanko only delay your interview be. Some few years down the lane, yanko only delay interview na yentia small kind. Now all of a sudden, yentie.
3. What's that? How many years?
We're 10 years this year.
Oh yeah, then Juma.
Juma potting our year and say or TTMA.
Oh no, I was saying
3.
What's that? How many years?
We're 10 years this year.
Oh yeah, then Juma.
Juma potting our year and say or TTMA.
Oh no, I was.
Gobi. See, Sam George, a very dishonest character. Sam George say, a Juma ne yere ya say or titi ne ma. Tienyo. Some few years down the lane, when the same St. George has appeared before a committee, and I don't know why the MPP part of it is still sitting down, because this is perjury. This is perjury. When you lie on oath in front of a committee, it is perjury, which you can go to jail for that. Now, St. George a call committee. Yanko tie your can or committee. Ne yere no take note. Or send a yere na juma wa ya ne say what it ne ba. Yentie the St. George can committee.
Of any secondary source of income?
Mr. Chairman, I'm married to a very industrious woman.
So in less than 2 years, all of a sudden, what it mano? A very industrious woman. Meaning, Sanu mailing kolao, Sanu making kolao, Sanu mentiasie. Some judge on delay show. I said, the Anayria and what it 2 years down the lane, when he appears before a committee, some judges say, Nayria industrious, but delay interview ni biu. Ubo we are a face up committee no denibu. Now I'm for no make your judgment.
Oh no, I was saying
3.
What's that? How many years?
We're 10 years this year.
Oh yeah, then Juma.
Juma potting our year and say or TTMA.
Oh no, I was saying
3.
What's that? How many years?
We're 10 years this year.
Oh yeah, then Juma.
Juma potting our year and say or TTMA.
Oh no, I was saying
3.
What's that? How many years?
We're 10 years this year.
Oh yeah, then Juma.
Juma potting our year and say or TTMA.
Oh no, I was saying
3.
Do you have the benefit of any secondary source of income?
Mr. Chairman, I'm married to a very industrious woman.
Now, I don't get it. Please explain.
I'm married to an industrious woman.
Okay, so please explain to her. If you say you are married to an industrious woman, and that is the source of your secondary income, what exactly do you mean?
I mean, my wife takes care of me.
Very well. Do you have the benefit of any secondary source of income?
Brabak to and this is a minister of state.
Exactly.
So dishonesty at the highest level. Now some judge I bet you say I won't lose a sleep over somebody who is trying to be relevant. Some judge or no some judge. I say me me Sam George. Now, Dr. Mamad Baumia, and now whoever wins the MPP flag bearer, Tienier, says Sam George at me, the Minister of Communication. Either some of them Council of State chair in the next government, and as a Minister of Communication, what the Benjamin's are catch them because we need intellectual firepower be a mini. Sam George, Mitiena, on carry any intellectual firepower. We were not the Muya me do, Nimuya me Hakrado, Nimuya me Hadodo.
Very dishonest person.
In one breath, Neyiri Shankwala, 2 years down the lane, Neyiri industrious, and such a person is occupying a position like minister. It's honesty, baby. So some judge because just empty and a partner. Where it is clear, said Adiana Wayane is likely to conflict with a position as a public officer.
More fire.
Jatane Chantro. Jatane Chantro. Jatano. Onye Jatabiahu. Onye Jatabiahu. Most of them member na Jatane. Onye Jata Buabu Crow, Buabu Crow, we won't come. Na Jata, Jata, Sam George, dishonesty, and Uko a year section 211 of Act 29, which is Criminal and Other Offences Act, a camp perjury once. So Sam George, you've committed a crime against the state. If we are to go by what a year Article 211 of a year Act 29 can, Sam George, we are on ocean 2 minutes, we are industrious. 2 minutes, this person says MTN and partner. Which is which? Sam George is by no bechirimua. Sam George is afraid one sponsor. The foundation. Ni obusa se na bia also wonya adwuma bia 15,000 Ghana cedi na parliamentary here ma wo ana wo yiri nso hwe nkola to nya ses ka no wai o man ni mfa mra nya hwe na bia sori o ye do pe. And these are the people leading us. The catch them say it is a scam government. Scam. Okuja trouble akwa. What's it? Enwa obi. Enwa said the Kufu Ado yen. And one was so you may be an MA West. Settings government. Na ye no. Na no nkrofobia mo etata me anwumra ni ade a. Me do mo picture ni ade ni video gu ho ni ade no. Ana manfo ne so ena Okatakyie no wo settings ni ade. Na enya 3 weeks ago. Ana beka say japa ko eye airport so ko hweme. Ne ya me fa me na anu ya. Eti na me twantro. Na me di video ni gu ho no. Akwa na dwe but iti mo adwena ankoso se anajo 11-12 no ade a car Range Rover na mo number plate mo ho. Mo ni munyansa ti mo musa kwahye. Say Range Rover number plate mo ho. Me nya ntia se so apology. Na wanya apology court. Court na waka kire eye court no de ntia wonam Range Rover anajo eye 12 ayi mo ho no number plate mo ho. Okwa no waka kire mo. Me amfa ne ma se nwura me. Okokotwa emfa nneoma enwura me wo mo ye ne ade wo mo koma 7 police station so na wo mo report wo ye ne ade na police CI investigator ne free now police investigator wa free me na me ye na me so me throw exams ne ade nti ye reschedule dem we answer wa press this call is being recorded na mbuza answer na ade na record the call I was going to bring it to your attention. I'm saying, do you bring it to my attention first before you start recording or you record me before you bring it to our attention? And I'm cutting CID and I'm saying, you've compromised yourself. You, the CID, wanting to investigate this matter, you've compromised yourself. And court to be I'll come there and defend myself. Now, because baby, now 1 hour. Maybe I'm now the next minute me movie. Now say baby I'm gonna more see some more corner. And no cry baby I'm gonna some more corner. Go be. Tell me ye chin in me back corner. Or I can't back on any actually. Or reside. Mobi and Rimrami. Oh yana so I be a branch and a best and the carry and tea flew. The patch oboko. A fakot sim Rimrami. Now court would decount while we need him. Say. Remember the Fanton chain. And he has way in the idea in the fire. Hey, Munyarov. Munyarov. Court. Will be uncle. Second of what me Musasa Najo 12. Range Rover number plate more. No, I open the Mumusako. It might be in the year too many. Mobia Miram Krum fire. Wovina young corner when you're from bridge the gap between Sam George and the serious matter that we need to address as to the locus of air national security, which is supposed to be in charge of taking care of the security of our nation, both external and internal. And this institution has become a tyrannic institution, terrorizing people left, right, center. And no man in this country is able to say it. Nobody is going to intimidate me.
Never.
And nobody can intimidate me.
Never.
Nobody. And we will never leave Babylon until the victory is won. I'm telling you.
Tell them.
You will never leave Babylon until the victory is won.
Exactly. Tell them.
And minim debesie me offer ya henkura for koda detention 2 years in a military government. Na me se mu ye ku kura na mba ya academy ye no anka me ye mu. And nka me de ka de benya babio. Ka mba chi yakuye. Na civilian government am ran ye di adwuma. Ani ahunahura make adachi. Afrifa. Na me ma me go shop no frɛ osu. And I'm say ma so ma say woman. Frɛ me so. Koko didi. Koko didi. Hey, shira sam na wudidi. Na wurunura die is many. Wurunura wo fufu di agoja. What is ya chimia wo fufu de di. Ade. Bia ni wo betime wurunura me. To akoko no. Na ye beba ho no ma be kire di esi ye nyira. Go bi ya ye ni ade malam jon. Amemu oni so no na ebu o. Se mo an na ebu o. Uya yesi ya appoint we. Ade a chin na ni ba no so o se da bi me appoint no. Mo munyi ni film ni obe he yesi ya draw. Ade a chin yesi Ibrahim so appoint bi afa kire. Ade a chin yesi ade me nya munyi ni film. Am say hey. Kofi kam hu ye. Oka so obedi o man animu a. It is a serious business. Leading a nation is a serious business. And by the time we hear kwakoto aba no, you should be clear in your mind the kind of people that can help you to lead a nation.
Precisely. More fire.
Ashasi na kwe baby. Yes, for Hanabisu beto so. Yes, the Hanabisu akoto a year by one common fund. Ade achi say there be Yayi Hanabisu say you reappointing from a district assembly common fund, you know. You had no administrator of minerals development fund. And say, I don't know what now John no more and one. I don't know Malam John or more than home. No, the way fun where the faha, no, the way of her. Hey, Malam John. Eti ultimus what that's right away. There be okay, Monfa. So what goes through his head when he's making some of this appointment? Unless we are being told that the president is not in charge of the government.
Precisely so.
And that Callistus and the rest are making the appointment.
Exactly.
Other than that, after one will be for Frako District Assembly Common Fund. And now no deputy we say Michael Harry Amsing. They say administrator of District Assembly Common Fund. Now the way and now you are branch Basentally Youth Authority, the deputy. Yeah, no more clash or where's the men deputy? Where's the men deputy? Yes, hey, I'm a more Benny. Kofi Bansa memu. Scammer memu. Settings. On you ready. After your wow musu, ya de Edward Bauer, a quad GMPC. Yes, sir. Communicate by no. I did you see Edward Bauer to so Fantoso. See Edward Bauer. They say you know free GMPC. You never share a hey. Madam John Mwano, he is not in control. So I'm sure say Omo appoint you before next year. Now who say no, I don't want this. Bring him to somewhere. Hey, after no master appoint you before Nako GMPC go be. And I thought to say be at the initial stages of government, you know, and a bebasa, and you can clearly tell it is a warring trend, very warring trend. It tells you your mama is not in control of the governance.
More fire.
He's not. And me him. And I'm who did that. So John, when you control, you're a fine gentleman. Fine gentleman. But by leadership, he lacks what it is to be a leader. Or need the temerity to be a leader. John, only listen, your mama is a fine gentleman. But fine gentleman alone does not make a leader.
Precisely.
You need some decisiveness. I don't know your mama natural when a crater the bookum my first coup d'etat on what true Mr. Wusha Wobenano dear a hanipa New Year see how indecisive he is. What means Sijina yet and we are seeing it in his government. On Sijina yet me appoint you in now and yet Chani are far away their question has, and that is indecisiveness. And no leader should have that kind of sickness. When I decided I was going to leave Angel, I left Angel.
Precisely.
When I decided I was going to leave XYZ, I left XYZ.
Exactly.
And that is decisiveness, regardless of how the people feel about it. So me, I am so decisive when I'm making a decision. When you number to me, I call right. When I'm clear in my mind, I have to go to left. When you're there, I call left. And that is what is happening. Man, finding you okay with it. So John Mama, I feel me 100 men who say, yes, say more appointee will be as deputy, deputy ECG, managing it. Every year, near cultural crata, a brandy, watching a tie, I shan't have said, a Joanna baby, a John Ayuku Kansi, as acting deputy managing director of ECG. After we answer as you withdrawn, a minister of a year, energy, at Shrokrataba. So I withdraw with appointment. Hey, I didn't money able to. When you have a Kratane da in Sofabra, away a withdrawal of appointment, a John Jinapo, and an Sasha. So it shows you how indecisive John Dramani Mama is. And it's becoming a trend, a very worrying trend. John is not in control. He's not in touch with government. Sources from a grapevine, deep sources. But that's what I am. I'm fan of the catcher pain. John, we named the Okosokra. 18 year appointed Japa, and I can tell you on authority, the mama you on appointed Japa, and I'll show you today. Japa, yeah, John appointed. Na Japa, John, I'm going to Japan, and I'm going to be from Japa. And then you join appointed, and I come and demonstrate and prove it.
Precisely so.
Prosper Bani, and I appointed Japa. The remember say Prosper Bani on what grounds? What legal grounds? And what Gina the Chua Japa, I ne letter was what the appointment. No Prosper Bani, no, baby out here, no, you was a question. Tell him. And yes, the president has the right to do some of these things. But you better Mrano. And I'm sure you're different. Monko Ghana Records.com, I'm going to read me. I'm going to read me. You're sure to be good. Were you sacked from Angel or you left? It will be a ultimate fact. Whether sack or left, Ebia will wait me a fact. Sack or left. Ebia. No, and the end result is a mini angel who you. Yes, sir. Whether sack or left, end result is an appeal. And the American coupon, some can say one. You need Breman was a semo. Now, maybe church much love. Boy, go many more brother. Maybe we are some Darbania. And one bay Yakromahi. It in Betimia Sachia Kojo, Amana Yakroman Fini. We are some more 10 Huna Yo. Median Cademinis and Katu will be bored than near Yanum Nasaba also. And so mean Ben or Biabonio, and come home crab about time. I feel what 10 Hulusu free here. Memaj Mumpenabi, Memam Chambo Siamo, Medium Consabia. And I'm a Juma Bakupe Amientra, and I'm in Tumefra, and I tell you about the idea to me. And I want them to Tanku Mudia, and Yamon Pabu Jun Sobenum Namiran free metro Concono, and one there radia Chromise. As a come here free fay, Meno Pomano High, Menoa Bankase, Adumia Mianema Coach, Tinaya Minshrumo, Adumia Mepe Nemecoacham, Minshrumo. Why they? And show Mutena. And she's a witch in me, so what time me? So what in me? Daddy Lumba Kura or Dad Demotronium, and Mamma Monija Mosai, Moya Mudinatum. So what do you to me? As some manager, I did be re my guess for. Or no one function. Namia mediate Yamoconso politics, and I'm going to better. Timothy Akurana, why? Me for home. Me say that Lumba said that them no atronum. And no idea child na hwe shoe. No ability. Na you say no mudi na tem. That the Lumba. One kind politics oh. Oni di o matem oh. Obonyo mo sa memfa bitiri nya da Roma na mo nche no mo di ngola no. No wi a wasa ko di that Lumba tem. Na me what time your difference o mo ni there. Obi Yankon national security is in front of wood. Aye. Sir.
We decisive.
John, you decisive. Pia memu.
So pia we shall.
We pia we shall. No pia we where you through. No akosha. No pia baha. Tie scam. Pia memu. Game of chess. To pia da mekakra. No where you no. Was matter kwakwa. Be yi. John. We be going to serious matters. So, your friend is saying that Bempo. Was it Tuesday and Monday? Wednesday. Okay, so Wednesday, no go be cultural exams. Now, Mobaka 3 weeks ago, Mekachram said Jakwa. And the national security remain. Man force would there be one year such as the national security knew what I did. You, the evidence is there to show. Wednesday, no. If you have a Yawana mature exams, we may be fee. Now, may banana me intel, and mammy, fella said, my people will pick you up. But on your sure, say your Friday and our Saturday, what is a ne? It's not me away. And one mama Benz be boss spy. So, me guys here now more year. So when I'm baby no. I'm a militant. That's what I don't fear.
Exactly.
So we had spotted them. And another Benz in a year spot here more. Now they are not smart say. Me share na Gina the temple. Na me speaker code di nkomo. Me say to na Gina filling station bi. Na me tofu na me hwese ampa na Benz no go akra no Gina. Na say okay. So we were many guys in Ekasano, we wanted to know, should we go, should we stay there? Now I'm saying, let's go. Whatever will happen, let it happen. Oh, come. What is it? It's me branch Christian village no me no dia na. Go bi. Ape ye hwese pick up. We ni bi. Na omo ye na boys no said yeah omo ye go tell ya me kan ho asem ya wow sorry ave wow no me dwe so omo twam akwa de mu yan say boys no dey go ta no pack but trans here waka ni mo na say tika me ko I didn't want to mind them but pack me na we see na clock here AK47 na we as me kamibia na we ye AK47 na we ye na boys see attention gram wo go bi mema pa na ba ko na si no ana ba ko nso be gina ba chika na ba ko be gina ba chi na sa boys no nso asia free sa ka anim ana omo course scene na wo Christian village ho obi we AK47 so na ba ko bom papa hey be done. I'm like okay be done. Do you even have the right to sit in my car without permission? Oh by on for warrant in chire I say hey we are from be make us just say omo force door na bie na me bie ma omo no trance or trans here move. When I'm saying move to where? But I'm from a lawyer. Almost said that. I'm from a lawyer. It's a kidnapping. It's an imprisonment because per our laws. Oko section 49, section 52, any other section. Nina can about imprisonment and kidnapping. Opa no for warrant be ancherem. On can cherem the entire see a movie. Ovi ave behem me and see me movie. Me name lawyer and kasa I am omo baby I make me movie. Oh no more order from above will be a friend. Hey, one movie gune handcuff. I be me to us and my master. I'm okay. Let's go. Here kono. Na wana me movie ni ade. Ano mo de me crawl. Ayi kaukudi. Bia na hono. Say one ye bia na nankasa. Original nankasa. But because BNI does not operate the way you see, party boys now, when you are winching me, a bit problem. It's one of the rack. How could you walk or BNI? Say, by Uncle Phone Humachi. You could do a yes, a bit remunuan. Anna, course, I free her by. So, or move him in free her. Because I'm sure they have picked intelligence. Social media is boiling. And almost move him free her. Straight. No, I'm going to call Blue Gate to her. You could do Blue Gate to her. Because it was not a sanctioned job. No more now we're crossing me back. So you jina her well over 15 to 20 minutes. And I'm going to be a gate in my. You needed to make calls to confirm if indeed I have been sanctioned to go. Okay, so I sat in the car and I make come catch young guys now no tika anymore. Nam say some more young guys, some new swag been in kakra. If so say young guys here mo the next 30 years, nyame nkunya the probability say me no be what the space of government mu high. And Podiano and can entry to enka conference. Oh yeah, there within 30 years, MPP will come to power. Now me busa question, me busa young guys in question. Said the mu ye, if MPP comes to power, na be di be yamu ente be yamu de. Ave no mo to him anim. Me Kenya some chrom no mu ya nyansa fo mba dwene ho. Obi, ave mo de me ko ya ni ade. Enhira nka awrade. Say nipa me kotro no ohun no me no. Eye Osman Alasan. Oye madam fo.
More fire. Insurance Kenyame.
Eti obidu no say why be arrested my friend. No say any momfa no umra ni ade no de me kotena na office. Ye di nkomo o kire yes. E dey tin my ya ni ade a. Wo mo so wakoka bibi say national security for ewo na onim gobi omoboa onim and am so yan kire me video kura bakoka na me fa na me kan so amaka no kura pa so me say sisubia say national security for mo nya word ya ene mo won tworo mo abia agrofo yi and I know ya ba ye mo hu say boys ya mo frɛ wo mo say national security for yi obi o mo hihye nguram nya galam say no mutu o mo galam say for ho bai etidie here national security ni say me so mutu galamse ne monya galamse nso ne yese no we national security we ne national security Okatakyie aka asem eno ye threat ne mom threat na nka se ho no eno nya the concern of the national security
Fire them powerful
we national security we Kofi Afe and Osman, and I must be honest, he was very gentle. We had a lengthy conversation. Now, Mr. One Chiramia. No, I call back where in who fear what XYZ. No, I call video. I want to call say national security should pick me up. Nanim, it is an agenda setting. Almost said releasing my Kwane say on pick on that issue. No, Munina say issue is because me cheer Akwane some more on Kasenyan Samusa. So he was coached.
Precisely. So
the right words to use, he was coached. Because I can't one Kenyans, but this very video, the guy was Okase Nyansa Muse, Munchi Afrifa, and yes, I was man. What percent your mama memory of so me and I'm saying, it is what it is. I don't really care. If I said it. And if you want me to help you to fight Galamsi, it's okay. Me your mama, I'm willing to help. So many are in Osman, yes, sir. And your person me buana baby a galamse ni ade koso me nko kire national security for okay so you didn't come away me lawyers ba ho me ni ade chiyan me nyantie say the same so-called national security led by Japa eko governor de Simfie say wo ma koni fie akofa now say what is this what nonsense is this Kofi, I hear nonsense. And you security. Is this national security? So I said, okay, let me go and look at what governs the Act of National Security. And national security in quiet saying the same. It is a constitutional body. Educate them. The framers of the Constitution. We will look at it. And the national security. We will look at the composition of the national security. So what every job is supposed to be done. So me and I'm saying, let me do a quick research. Know the laws that established the national. Now I am called Article 83, National Security Council. Don't forget, your National Security Council, which is chaired and head by the president. So ordinarily, the framers of the Constitution said they are going to set up a National Security Council. And maybe a coordinator on it, your from National Security Secretariat. Exactly. So because the president cannot run the day-to-day activity of the national security, that is how come he's appointed a coordinator to be there and do the job.
More fire.
But the president, if you want to see how serious the national security setup is, architecture is, that is why the only council in Ghana and a chair is a president. The military check council as well. Exactly. If it's a danger, if it's a president, the number one priority, is to keep the people safe from external attacks, from internal attacks, gathering of information. So I say the National Security Council consists of the President, the Vice President, Ministers of Foreign Affairs, Defense, Interior, Finance, and other ministers as determined by the President. Now, 84 it tells you the chair of the National Security, who is supposed to be the chair of the National Security. Now, functions of the National Security Council, advisory role. The NSC advises the President on matters relating to national security, including foreign affairs, defense and internal security. So, per the Constitution. Other functions. The NSC may perform other functions as may be prescribed by the Constitution or any other law. So, any other law, and you call Act 1030. Say, no, supplement the Constitution. Kofi Act said now National Security Council aside the National Security Council and the National Security Secretariat and only the coordinator ABBA, which is a mandate of the law Act 1030 and the Gina so the appointee. Now under the Security Secretariat and your word your friend NIB first name of BNI, that is the National Investigations Bureau. Then we have a research department. Then we have a National Signals Bureau, NSB. All of these people, they are appointed by the coordinator in consultation with the President. So the President has ultimate responsibility to see what the national security is being used for. What is the mandate of the national security? Act I set national security. Fameko here section 14. Enlarge on the role in the national security or mandate. Near her national security in Kwan, or bet me a young maybe wabra for police, and Kahua. So, young call the functions of the national security per year, section 14 of Act 1030. What's the national security? Intelligence, internal intelligence shall. So, medical catcher say, internal intelligence, which is the NIB. Your friend NIB. Or Moma Juma say, or Moba share internal intelligence, gathering of information internally. Internally. The Madani security gas or Muchim Crawford. Or Juma Penny. And NSB no. Or Mojuma Pan say, or Mobaji signals from across the world for any external threat. So, NIB no and the Yehuno. Research department, or Mona research here, social re-engineering. It will call any society that is a serious society. The national security at every given point is much concerned with every facet of our lives. Whether school, whether music, whether movie. So Oko America, movies in most of them are engineered by the national security. Because social reorientation, social re-engineering, and we sit in a country where the president doesn't know, he has no clue what national security is used for. It's section 14. Young ready section 14. Was it the internal intelligence 14.1 no? Fabra, near radio. Enlarging kakra, enlarging is far from me, enlarging. Enlarge no. Let me educate you on near radio. Let's look at what the national security is supposed to be used for. Per the section that establishes the national security. Was it the internal intelligence shall one brief the President, the National Security Council, and any other relevant stakeholders on intelligence gathered internally. Gather intelligence internally. Now, or more briefly, and I've been in the Omabe soldier for California. No more Juma, no. And no more Juma. Some Funusani trauma when you're strong was was it one internal security interest of the country? We are was a 14.1a was it monitor, collect, analyze, evaluate, retain, disseminate in an appropriate manner information and intelligence gathered internally and perform intelligence operations. So first of all, majumanie some mobe gather, mobe monitor, mobe collect, mobe analyze. Yebusamo say mrantia na do they even have a clue what they do with this? National security. Yeah, come win him red. Win him red. And you're there seriously. Mama can't share your intelligence amagada and then Yama Maya won't. They hear the ammonia. Kofi Yanko. Or say they shall be responsible, for counter intelligence They shall be responsible for counterintelligence and activities for internal security and stability of the country, and intelligence gathered internally in order to prevent counter-violent extremism, including terrorism in the country. Now, Yanko read the G in the also they shall conduct investigations in collaboration with relevant security agencies into serious offenses and matters of a national importance. So investigations require national security. They are not supposed to be doing it alone. They are supposed to be doing it with the police. They are supposed to be doing it with the military. If it's a national security, you will need the legal temerity to go to court. See, police penny what you may so prosecute you. But you can national security who you on your man. All of a sudden, the national security has now turned into the police, making the police useless. See, you call be them, you call yesi, you busa say, what the warrant by, what's here to buy? Medoba cost section 34, near even under what circumstances they can go for a warrant and come and operate. But before that, as a president and appointed national security coordinator, and we appointed Osman. So on conquer national security coordinator. Indecisive president in America. We are no asako appointed Prosper Bani, former chief of staff. Saying he also be a special advisor to the president on national security. Our president, who national security coordinator, our director generals of the three bodies. Prosper Bani in a Jumana say special dear advisor, because the coordinator is supposed to receive information across the nation and advise you, the president. It is special dear bay, special dear bay. Prosper Bani position occupy. Yes, the president, you have the right to appoint anyone you so wish. But it should not be seen as though you are appointing people to go and take up offices that is constitutionally mandated, set up by an act. I feel like I appointed Prosper Bani. Na Prosper Bani no atro krata say one also appoint Japa say Japa no emra meye national security de ben in charge of special operations ni ebusa say Japa ni tumi ben wo de ye so aside the fact that national security a war your friend say permanent staff permanent staff no mo yaduma under NIB under NSB under a research department what most because of say intelligence gathering Emrane ma ho kwan say national security betimi employ enipa bia dey so wish say on be more information it move before musicians farmers chiefs any ade traders if say BBC wo eya ahemfumu a esa national security wo obi wo mu a obe more information quick say BBC wo eya kantamantoni ade a esa obi wo more information quick. So apart from the workers of national security, the national security is supposed to employ and afford the border so na your farmer name or the payroll so it's who you cromo say Francis Poku time and Akufo na kwasi prat ne na Kwaku Bako national security operatives she boni bi anim ense kwan enti because ye BSA avenue say ene mumfa obi wo bodi obi wo asankragua obi wo agona obi wo wiamuase na muntua ne ka no instead see e beye ne sa na nipa no wo jurisdiction specific a obe feed information no afa nkwase asem nko na national security ndi ye to abawi a party boys no omo boa ya only jurisdiction bi a o monitor no near the omo got a tutu omo nsa no and you see akofa so for instance if anybody wants to employ Japa they don't need to give Japa very reckless, irresponsible character. You don't need to give him. So you can let him be a contract staff with the national security. And nobody will care. Na se wo bana se your president na kofa Prosper Bani no so ma Osman nya adwuma etiene Osman adwuma wo ye bia gobi se me no ka sei se ma ko appoint Japa enipa ye yi ni free military mu for dishonest conduct. Precisely so. And said the panda more appointed. I say. Every nipa kuro ni mo ni ade. Japa terrorizing before. Yes. And your national security afa Okatakyie. Mo family ade na mo beye. Mo be kume. Ade na mo beye. What is the worst?
Pound for pound.
Ensure na mbaya samudi bibe guma mano menom 10 days kwa me do ho ameye fasting.
So
Aduane na mo ye nsi ayi na bi na mo de ade be fa me hwena no. Me se nna ye ade be. Me nyina. Anya sa. Nyoma funu chantan sa ne national security ye. Ade ya se mo hwɛ na mo ye ho adwuma no. Prosper ba ne nya no no wo ye. Ready kunkrofo ko ni. You are not doing it. No. This is supposed to be the job of the national security.
ask them.
Afe wuyi. Enam se marani nim se. National security ye mo mutumi to investigate people and they can use it in excess. But the state has no business. So be use state security to terrorize anyone. Nobody.
Exactly.
Say national security motu woni tikatachi na ye mo target here. I am a threat to the state. Mo adwene ye adwumani. Edinti tentete. Afa ye wie ya. Was mo no yenchiko am de cha o mo ne se. Osman alasa no ye me nyonko. Ti we me de cha mo atufo bo. Anka de make ka kire mo ka mo ntiase. Si ye be tikatachi. Sekatachi na ye dey. Me se mo hyenwura mo tu galamse. Me anam kan.
Yes.
So what national security is information on the Unkrofo to Galamsia. You have no business being in this country. It means we are irresponsible.
More fire. Fire them. Fire bend them all.
I don't know. And you're rain. You're too a berry. Monty to me. No more to me, Cramanine. After yes, Japa. So the law at 1030, are provided from section 22 say 26 all the way to 33. Says a national security breaching and you funu bi omo ye said omo ye obi section 26 to 33. And my kwan ma timi do omo ko through a legal process. See eba be chikasechi no warrant. Omo ba yeso omo ya kromfo. And when you do that, you are providing avenue for mo beso omo di bone. After all what? Printing a card obi abetimi a print me. After all what? Verse in a mo na ibi obi abetimi a yebi. So when you guys continue to do this, then the poponi fo bi peso okun katechia. The oba ya ne so ono so ba ko pe verse ni bi a print me. NIB. Afa card oduru a papa ni ade. Na mom say national security mo ya modwuma yi a mo se mo ate so obi peso okume etimo obo me ho bai e say no gisi e baba mo a e de ba no no e de ne renren ya
ba me say rambo e ka say am security
na yan konkohwe application of warrant wo ye wo mo se wo mo de warrant ko papa ni fie governor ni fie ya busa warrant ni say wayi mo fa ma kire o mo timi fa nkire na japa irresponsible character. Say you are appointed for special operations. It's your matantan when any special operations, you know. Your matantan any special operations. Japa. Miss one the begu joma memu. Sakoi. Now can your man you security anymore? Very irresponsible character. Tini ye in dino. Oh military nim. And akufo. Ye in di. Afa say o kwaji warrant go fitie warrant ye. Was it where a director general of an intelligence agency, medical culture say intelligence agency no, the NIB, the RD, and the NSB. Director general is never where the director general of intelligence agency or an employee discuss we are a nation of laws, general. Nobody has any business doing the nonsense they are doing, and we sit there and watch them as though member nuclear offer to me another year national security. We are more almost a member of Juada. Messimu pam and Mako. Why? Because they make one but yes. Mopenwatia, the bedroom, I'm a bonnet drums BB solo. Miss on to some bokume and Rachina, a Corolla 2019 DB, Nana G. Ne car number near the one in our area more and we say Okatakyie many information in why oh you me a one in our nipati 30 Kwame Nkrumah Martin Luther me na me wo dear bay na mo sure ade na hu ne nsem funu na ayi mo de nationality so o se koba se obi aye bibi na se o pese o de warrant ko china where Director General of an intelligence agency or an employee designated by the Director General has reasonable grounds to believe that a warrant is required to enable the agency to perform function under this act, the Director General or the designated employer may apply for the issue of the warrant. It won't mean warrant at large. You must be specific with exactly the other warrant in the year. It would you warrant to require this in fee. No one state you will say, me to CCTV. You have no business. So go to CCTV. Okwaje warrant. Now say at the same thing akwaje warrant. Ne yiri sika da ho from home. Ne yiri no akwaje warrant on so. Say na no nkrofo ba ye na ayi nkrofo a wo bit madam fo bit me kam. You want say ye de wo ka ho. Na me so de na ka ho say me na aba ba chimia. Ono so akwache ne wo de ne ye dai. What the warrant for me so? And so the warrant ne apply to another person. Who national security mu nim nyansa ni. Ade ba no. Now, TS2 no, young 34-2 near here. Or say the application for the warrant shall be made in writing to a justice, the chairperson of a tribunal, or a senior police officer not below the rank of a year superintendent or above. It's just one with the court, a court warrant. And a chairman of a tribunal, and I say a senior police officer, not below the a rank of superintendent. Now, yensha under what circumstances that a warrant will be needed. National security, Kadechia school, Woba, Munya warrant, Samu Kocheno, and Marana say, a dientina Munya warrant, Obusamo, or some person babi suno, or some matters to be specified in application for warrant. Now, an application for a warrant shall specify. What's the application? Exactly the other warrant. Don't mean what you warrant for Kadechi. Now, man, ask you, my country is on general, ethical munti, my general account. You have no business. Exactly. So, Cassie annihilation of laws. Let's say, Funukan Kansa and a Mudi Kuma be entering Ganchero. We don't run me. Muslim baby, and I'm on Fremesa. There means radio quality anything. Arrogance. There was someone. Now, Mamma call you back was what David. So them tell you more kind of. On Babu and Comboom. Obo Badam, dear Banana. Now you're ready a year for a 34. I said 35. I said the facts relied on to justify the belief or reasonable grounds that the warrant is required. So, as of my court, some facts to rely on. Say, may a name way be seen near say a warrant. Or say that the agency of the matter is of a nature that it would be impracticable to carry out the investigation using the investigative procedures of that without a warrant. Was this a more trusty? Number one said the nature of a investigation. There is some agency be more pentem be Namuka Samube follow Katachenga Kranka Munyas had the coroner or best son and none the Bemu apply for warrant. Naga the joy or your threat. Meganako baby. It what is the agency in chasing? There was some phone Tantania to Chronomonia, Yachona, Maji to me. Instead, somebody employ the proper people. Irresponsible characters like Japan. It was now be the bonny. I may say the umpire will be ammonia. Oh, be a room. Hey, room be. It's in a branch and I wore the car, Edimachi, and I do 12 and 1. Won't need number plate. Or I will not catch them, make at the cheese, and I will be patch. Because I'm not patch over. Baby, I caught now. You did it. Can't me no be see more than 1 hour. Coincidentally, me coffee no, me jina a boys be a woman ho, and I do almost 12, but me who seka need me chino, and I me jina a yashitemu, and yashitemu didn't come more than 10 minutes. Na time me jina on a cast in me and be palm who became. And many boys in Jina didn't come more than 10 minutes. After me, yeah, me go so mukono, me branch to a yama in ana omi and Nasa. Nam say, hey, Sakas women to no manam. Nay, Chelsea, no matter I told you when you come, and you come. When you Chelsea more, nobody should come and tell me, say, and I we did not. Who be travel more than 10 minutes. What they didn't know was that not Kabakwa, Menam, and Nimanamo. Now, no war, a Nimu, it will Hunom. Nasi, but who didn't you know? When him say, call ya, me call refi. Car Range Rover, and say, back. Emma, my cameras in here, the what's ever can't do it. Ram you. In Ram.
More fire.
They say, wo ba, Kobi, and never me, you penny. In war, it is only two things that happens. Either of each. Either you win or I win. But like I keep saying, any day, anytime, I'll win.
Pound for pound.
Even if you win, you won't go, you won't survive. Precisely. I guess I'm around so. Hey, Mobana be kitu na the motor farm on ba. By the time I'll be moving 2 seconds, now soon did that. Maybe who cry you die. Maybe where you die. I don't know. David, I'm going to no minutia. Some I do myself bring work out. Jimmy. I don't know. Bobby, it's national security no. Obia ntimi nyusu fa wura no obia. Na dwuma yeso ye ho. Ekoye so fa so de ye. Obia me yusu wura no obia. Monday we me say shirt. Enu kwa me suit. Omo ye say Friday na me frɛ Osman madam for catch so me ba ye no oje tum. Ti Monday me ko me suit pa a shoe Italian shoe. Anya flower de ni bi. Abotai shirt papa. Etu two perfume ogume ho. Papa. Oba say me boa mo fight galamsey anya madwuma no. Me ankasa me de tuotro me kon ekɔ nwuram ekɔ hwɛ me ye che galamsey China for. Mo ba mo mpɛ hu bi ni. Na me na mba nwura me. Mo ma so nkɔ didi o. Police ni mo ma so nkɔ didi o. Mo me anya why? Ni ankyekere man. Na nwura me MPP for ne ye na nye. Na wo na so ho reset. And wo ba na ho reset. Na said wo mo ye na na anu no na be ye bidia. Ane na ba be ye de. Malam John wo be ye de. Malam John so ba be ye de. So be use national security in the nsem funu ye ekoso ya. Ane na ja na kufaru ne ba o mi antra so. I am telling you any day, anytime. No amount of intimidation shall cover me into silence. I wasn't born like that. I am not made up like that. I can't even work. If I make sure I Mobi, yet bomfa, midisa, kwami miso, Kesikitio, Naja Hinebano, the Nitika Krakano, yeah, ready. Me cook Master Swami, and also the whole Swami near Bombing, Cremomo, kwami miso, me booby, nebi bome, na make a cabin, nebi come near the sa. Me confant pimui, me suspension, me jisa. If send someone name. Make what your exams the police escort in the compound. I'm telling you, go back and watch. It should tell you. Precisely. Timothy Williams said, "Then yeah, one more when you confront him. One more year almost say, and yeah, what you cry mo? What? Someone is and no me ba Kumasi Bodi nso saa ne ade ebo ye ne wo ya me akwa bi bo me 2000 ohwem sutro be si na hye mtrim se me bodi bi bi sia no so me bo no obo mi no dwane tisa enu ade mo bi afamba me ma me kosu ab no che military o ti me bo me sa o ja me anam se akoye the same thing the national security mo chi me du me ba mo bete gbansa say the mati bi ne you know ayi alasa kurenti Osman ntina me dia chem ka de me sia yiya ma mo ne mu nsem funu na mo di na nwura ne ade ni ade be no agumu ama no amount of intimidation never. Eti when na mu hunu ne sa se and wo ha adwen wo kuro ne mu no afa na abedu national level na mu hu timo ntum atufo what national security, police, military, we are a creation of law. And we are a nation of laws. You are going to work within the remit of the law that established you. Nobody has any right to be doing things outside the remit of the law. You have to be careful. Precisely. Oh yeah, no more yes any. When they will kill, I don't fear these things. John line. I don't know. Nipa titra wo me went there. enti japa anye wo sesa wanya nsem hunu na di na be one wo ayi odame sisi woni ade Ghana for bebre kan bi ma bebo that is what we call nation of laws ave wo benya tumi a ne ma funu sa na wo di tumi ni di na wura wo bi fie na ade tuo no akona betutu CCTV ni ade Rambo star mi wukro bi wa beto aso abeka na adwa kire wo ade ehwi ni wo nwura munyai amedekala we say yeku anka yi jakwa nka said the amedeka mo ye edi kunkum judges ni adeka jakwa is a very irresponsible character nyame na meka krata ye di yi ne krata no so ye very irresponsible character extremely na jo mama so pe o man ni yakob appointee say any person Asha de kuli high Asha na fan picture nto so be ni ehwe fani jina so ni ehwe no said we say can colors na bomu Asha yi eche Asha yi de dan tri ni simu no agira no me de minim jisi ekubusa no jakwa jarof you have to be magnanimous with the power that has been given to you. You cannot be using power to intimidate people. The very people you claim to serve, the very people you want to serve, you are using the power to intimidate them. Doesn't make sense to you. It's the Jomama Yan and Nimukosia, Kwanyam Christosum Malam Yohani. Also January. Just ye be about Kutum Malam Yohani. As a Malam John no. Ajay General mo ye na ja o mo se ene ayi mo maame wa order aduane se ne no mo hye show na se dia eti ye wie ya ye titi bia di why ye be didi se do be hwe ache internet no obi omutimi ebe hack into the internet no omdo ho be bom omdo ho bom no omhye ase lebu wo mo ayi ni te say ye computer no eti edru 80 ko no abon say internet ni nyina eba fom say ni pabone for de no ho betale no otare ho no ye din no otare ho ye ho no ye jine de afrim sorry yes obi I'm sorry yes eti Japa obia nsuro japa ne nsuro japa chana onye be man che obia we are always saying that you should use laws. We are a nation of laws. Japa cannot eje japa na ye de be now him say nana is a history book mwati indewula japa what japa ne nana no now one nana be bob bra passage di indewula japa now the oba say funu no na would you say din won in the wula Japan you and one some war a year, you know. Nana no. And was said, you know. Japan. Be careful. You be careful. Or the self-for. Malam Yohani. The entire will behave his son. General, it is a near bad day. Mobile read the message. A dross, you ain't me reading. Now be her name Ranchi been so yes, and the operation cockdam, operation this. We are cowards. You people, you are cowards. You are cowards. Abba Chromo and Timmy Anyari. And then I'm 10. I got another one. I say, yeah, you operation car leg, operation operation. That Duruwaka. You don't know. Then it do what now. Yeah, meet and greet. You operation cockdam. Cockdam, need your hair. Studio no so by cockdam. Nabra never shake. Fire. Men I make a check. For any brand never. So, Bana because idea. What damn you run time now and they were no net or command the president. You were But Jimmy, oh Pamway, and if you don't sack him, your mama, who dare you to command the president? Are you mad? Tell him. Tell them. Now you MPP. I moderators no. But I can't woman now at airport. Once your mama by one pound. And the more who no man no money and nam. Then so still on we had more position. airport woman no once is what you try minerals commission oto sa the airport woman no no say me no ka say yamusa say dey ntin oda so te obi ya bai ya be som ye ya wie said you be fa no nyame masem we shall energize the base of our party. Precisely so. We shall lead them towards a cause. Decisively. We shall come back and until the victory is won. Exactly. Akromfo e be hye party ni nyina mba free. You leave. You leave. Cause MPP na kokudro for na ti o. Enyansa for na ti. Bitu so mo ye nyoma kase akase. Yet me fa yara mponsamo. Omo ye nyoma kase akase. Jatoka liomo. Nyama kase akase. Obi? Modesto apalumo ni ade. Omo na tie party. No omo ye ni ade. No momo. Omo nyina. Ejuntimi me fa sa party no. Na abeso obo state kro no a, wa be she party no. Yem protect you.
We smoke you out.
We will sell you out.
Precisely.
Be say be dia ene e mokro no be join the party. Ni e fa nsom nipa. Sa ne ye no.
For the people.
For the people.
More fire.
Aguna nyame atiase de bia. Onwi e be ye de be ye. Ti me ba be som mo a mo hwe ye chirichiri ne ba nchiriye. MPP supporters base ni amo. E se say mo ni mo nyina. Vietnam fo ni nyina. Better must say. Na me disappoint him so. When I say I won't disappoint you, I won't come and will be no koja dem dia no komo de bo musuru me. Wa musuru. Wa say na Okatakyie no ekoro. They don't have na more national security. So whatever corruption you think I have done, mo bra me yimeto e. Anya speculations are. Mo bra me yimeto. Omo boa. I'm going to stay true. Me den this for. So almost my chat throw krom ha. Even one call mom na meka. The America na enya mo de. The America for your mama onso bia no kore. Some me ka kire kufa na no kore dia. The America for your mama onso ye no kore.
Exactly so.
We did Okatakyie Afrifa Mensah. I came, I saw, and I will surely conquer.
Precise.
Take it for me.
Precise.
Hashtag la victoria siempre. Until victory, always. We shall meet on Monday. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Ope bi atwa ba fia na efia ha de insuranko antu ba ye benya kane ni bi edi ama ma ba tobi kane ni di ba 2 years ni enche timisra da ha bi na intimi mo ye original certified cables cable papa mesel say obi ka say sidan ma no na bra na beto cables e wo ba bi e bla ha say na beto because say no edan wo ho nyoma edin mesel bla habo shaba ne beto cables papa aye papa akra efiam no no ediaba aye very good aye papa omu onfa wonye hwe dabi obeka no kwada kyerɛw